Thank you and welcome. This short video explains the Crashworthy Traffic System's patented design and shows it in action. While a simple innovation, the modification of horizontal rails of Type 1, 2 and 3 barricades is a game-changer and potential lifesaver. During a collision, the redesigned horizontal rails absorb and dissipate the energy of the crash, preventing the barricade from becoming a potentially lethal missile. When the barricade is struck, it collapses upon itself, remaining close to the offending vehicle, thus preventing it from entering the work zone, pedestrian area, or oncoming traffic. Should the barricade disintegrate, the smaller pieces will prove to be much less dangerous. The threat of bodily injury due to barricade vehicle impact has increased because of poor driving behavior, higher driving speeds, increased vehicle weight, and driver distractions such as texting, ubiquitous phone connections, overly complicated onboard displays, and elaborate roadside billboards. Before MASH testing requirements, there was NCHRP 350, which allowed for the use of one-time copies of tested traffic devices. Many of these devices were made of cheap lumber or plastic that allowed contractors to make their barricades from scraps. The problem was that no field traffic device was made to the proper specifications of the tested traffic device, thus putting people at risk of injury or death. As an organization, Crashworthy Traffic Systems works with federal and local agencies to make sure that zero injuries and deaths is the priority. Using mesh-compliant Crashworthy Traffic Systems, organizations can eliminate legal exposure from work zone injuries and fatalities. By using Crashworthy Traffic Systems products, the pace of innovation can be accelerated, resulting in faster deployment of advanced systems at reduced costs. Manufacturers can focus on improvements in enhanced visibility, minimize distractions, and increase driver attention without jeopardizing public safety. From a deployment perspective, organizations can reduce the need to stock multiple sign support hardware, thus reducing costs and allowing highway safety planners to use site-specific signage and message boards on a common platform. 20 had an accident where an out-of-control vehicle traveling at high speed crashed into 3 Crashworthy Traffic Systems devices with no injury to the vehicle's occupants. The signs were large aluminum road signs mounted on new Crashworthy Traffic Systems supports. The development of advanced lighting systems and reflective signage solutions is not aligned with the MASH-approved crash testing protocols. By using Crashworthy Traffic Systems designs, manufacturers can focus on improving their signage solutions with the knowledge said signage will complement MASH-compliant barricades and supports. In 1997, while working for one of Caltrans' largest bridge builders, our founder instructed laborers to build traffic control sign supports out of job site scraps, as was the custom. Years later, our founder, on job site visits, he noticed that there was no consistency in sign support design. Later, he studied FHWA NCHRP 350, the new traffic control safety requirements. He was intrigued by the new Crashworthy sign support tests, noting that systems needed to be exact copies of the ones that passed the crash tests. He was skeptical because contractors still use job site scraps, or Type 1, 2 or 3 barricades, for sign supports. When our founder reviewed FHWA eligibility letters, he noticed that aluminum road signs mounted on barricades, and tested as a single unit, had not passed the tests. He began to study building materials and designs which he felt would pass NCHRP 350 sign support tests. He started with lightweight aluminum risers, high carbon steel skids, and plywood rails, since these had successfully passed Type 1, 2 and 3 barricade tests. The first tests performed in 2012 failed due to the sign support rigidity issues. Additionally, as the industry seemed to be moving towards plastic rails, he found that these failed worse than the plywood rails. After many hours of design and finite element analysis, our founder discovered that a shallow 45-degree groove cut into the plywood rails provided good energy dispersion and controlled collapse upon impact. This simple but very effective improvement allowed Crashworthy Traffic System devices to pass every single crash test. Our design passed tests for sign supports from 1 to 7 feet tall, as well as Type 1, 2 and 3 barricades,